Bienvenidos y bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo del canal. Estamos aquí de vuelta con Genshin Impact y bueno, ¿qué queréis que os diga? Estamos un poquito aquí listos para continuar por fin con la historia principal de este juegazo. Como ya sabéis, tenemos mucho que decir y que hacer con el tema de las misiones de Arconte. Y bueno, estamos aquí de nuevo en el desierto para empezar lo que sería el acto 4, ¿no? El capítulo aquí que sigue. Y todo el tema del rey DESHRET del desierto. Lo primero de todo voy a venir por aquí con... Ojo, ¿esto qué eran? Bueno, vamos a venir por aquí con el Selly. Vamos a guiar aquí al Selly a tope de power. Y ahora ya lo tenemos, vale, perfecto. Pues bien, lo que digo, esto era un Selly que estaba por aquí, pero bueno, era un cofrecito que quería coger yo. Y ahora sí que sí, vamos un poquito de lleno a ponernos en la acción. Como ya sabéis, para haber completado esto tenéis que haber completado la anterior misión de Arconte. Esto es el club de combate que va a terminar, un evento que ya sabéis que también lo tenéis. Y para los fans, para los verdaderos cracks, recordad que hoy también podéis recoger aquí lo último que nos falta, que en este caso a mí es el destino, los 5 destinos entrelazados. Y ahora lo que digo, si habéis completado quimeras, ilusiones, engaños, que es en este caso la misión anterior, habréis desbloqueado automáticamente esta de aquí, el capítulo 3, acto 4, el rey DESHRET y los 3 peregrinos. El guardián desaparecido es conforme empieza todo esto, y para ello vamos a tener que venir un poquito por aquí a ver qué pasa. Como estáis viendo, ahí tenemos uno de los dendróculos aquí arriba del todo, así que vamos a venir por aquí arriba para buscar rodear y conseguirlo, y ya luego continuamos un poquito con lo que es la quest principal. Todo esto al final nos va a servir para un montón de cosas, obviamente. Tengo muchísimas ganas de seguir avanzando con esto, con el árbol. Hay un montón de cosas al final y yo creo que realmente lo podemos disfrutar muchísimo, todo el tema del Genshin y de las cosas que hay que hacer y demás. Así que vamos a venir de tranquis, a ver si por aquí me deja subir, correcto. Y ahora de aquí voy a hacer la 314 de venir, lo damos hasta aquí y lo cogemos, perfecto. Cuando coja dos más, tengo mejora de lo de Arconte. Venimos por aquí y a Leo. Hola, Kazan.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
Vamos a preguntarle con Cyno.
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
Vale. Pues vamos a seguir preguntando a la gente. Parece que por aquí hay más gente que pueda saber algo. Así que aquí nos encontramos con otro habitante que es Shani. Hola, Shani. ¿Cómo va, señorita?
The scholars that have gone missing.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right? He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing... It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Vale.
Stay safe. Don't get hurt.
¿Aquí hay un desafío? Desafío bastante fácil, hay que decirlo, pero bueno, ni tan mal. Hay que ir completando también desafíos, ya sabéis que es muy importante. Vamos allá. Aquí viene y lo dejamos para abrir cofre. Ahí está, tenemos el cofre y ahora sí que sí, vamos a continuar con la aventurita. Vale, parece que aquí está Cathin, pero yo tengo que preguntar al otro que está arriba, ¿no? Dame un momentito porque por aquí he visto un dendróculo y así ya me faltará solo uno para mejorar esta ayuda. Y ahora sí que sí, a ver. Vamos allá. Y hay que venir por aquí. A ver, tengo que decir que tengo bastantes ganas de avanzar con esta trama, ¿eh? O sea, me está pareciendo muy interesante. Y lo que digo, hay un montón de secundarios, un montón de cositas que hacer antes de la nueva versión. Así que vamos a full con esto, con las legendarias, con todo. Después de esto podemos completar por fin la legendaria de Cyno, que tengo muchas ganas. Así que a ver qué pasa.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. Might explain why she's always mad at me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you. I've known you since you were very young, so as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Wow, what a nice guy. Okay, thank you, sir.
Huh?
¿Qué sucede, Cyno?
Don't say anything for now. Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Vale, ahora parece que hay que alcanzar a Cyno, que no es que se haya ido muy lejos, pero parece que se ha dado cuenta de algo. A ver, Cyno, cuéntanos.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime.
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and the Scarlet King. Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Oh.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Bueno.
Yeah, bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that the Scarlet King will return to this land.
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under the Scarlet King, and...
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
El otro en plan de, sigas hablando.
At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Creo que lo que odian sobre todas las cosas es la academia, Paimon.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking. And many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect
Ojo,
you.
fino, ¿eh?
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
Vale, pues parece que aquí hemos averiguado por fin algo y bueno.
That scared Paimon half to death. Cyno is pretty terrifying.
Tenemos suerte de no ser sus enemigos.
He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
Más razón todavía para ponernos de su parte, Paimon.
I heard that.
Sorry.
Perdón.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places.
Quizás encontremos alguna pista allí.
Very well.
Isaac!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
Vale, pues vamos a ir a la casa del anciano y a ver qué descubrimos.
Grace, a wonderful new life.
Grandpa, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers.
Vaya.
Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Claro, entiendo que hay que seguirle, ¿no? Si hay que estar cerca de él. Vale. Vale.
This is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
Ese olor. Fino, ¿notas ese olor a incienso?
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before.
No puede ser otro.
But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day.
So, you know Tainari?
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tighnari didn't lecture you too.
No. No need.
No me llevo bien con este lord.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tighnari's house?
No, fue en un bosque donde una erudita estaba meditando.
In the forest. From a scholar.
Sigamos buscando pistas. Vale, parece que las huellas era lo que teníamos que hacer, pero bueno, Cyno ya... ¿Qué has encontrado, Cyno? Típico de él.
What are you looking for, Cyno?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here. From the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
¿Quieres decir que alguien más estuvo aquí?
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Para traerlo, ahora lo entiendo.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent?
Como Paimon siempre que huele a algo apetitoso.
Hey, what's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars?
Por la resurrección del rey DESHRET.
Are the rumors really true?
Es lo único que sabemos por el momento.
Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aaru village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Vale, ahora hay que ir a la casa del jefe de aldea Aaru. A ver, de momento lo que estoy viendo es que esta trama me parece bastante interesante con toda la resurrección y todo. Y tengo muchas ganas de ver un poco por dónde van los tiros, ¿eh? O sea, os lo digo en serio. Aquí hay mucho misterio y esto mola bastante. Así que, bueno, ahí está el lado del teleport, así que vamos a pegarnos TP. Ya leo... madre mía, el desierto. Esto tengo que explorarlo, ¿eh? O sea, poca broma. Entre misiones, entre legendarias, entre eventos, esto es una locura. Vale, aquí está Candace.
We're back, Candace. We've got a lot to tell you.
Vale, aquí está Candace y en este caso nuestra otra amiguita.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too.
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you.
Como siempre, Al
I guess
solo.
he must have gone.
Did you find out anything useful?
Vale, vamos a decirle todo lo que hemos descubierto durante la investigación junto a
I
Cyno.
see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
Pero ¿quién ha usado ese incienso? ¿Y por qué ha
The
usado ese
resurrection of the
incienso?
Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires... It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts. These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia.
Vale, vale. Se ha escondido.
Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
Dehya.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every mora I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Cyno.
Why?
Aaru village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall.
Vale, aquí dice que lo importante
You
son los
survive on
contactos.
making compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions. But it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good. Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon
Vale,
will go to
pues vamos
Caravan
nosotros con
Rebot
Dehya.
with me, and we'll...
Alright, sounds like a plan!
Vale, y este se va. Obviamente este tío sabe algo. Y Dehya se ha dado cuenta de que estaban escuchándonos. Belkasen. No hay problema. Vale. A ver, en principio ahora pone que tenemos que ir fuera, ¿no? A ver. Vale, hay que volver a Caravasar Ribat. Vamos allá, punto de TP. Y entiendo que cuando lleguemos veremos cinemática o algo, ¿no? Ahí está.
Well, here we are again!
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Hola.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist?
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, Almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. Even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Entiendo cómo se siente.
Hey, Dehya. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those...
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
Vale, pues ahora hay que buscar a los conocidos de Dehya, así que vamos a venir por aquí y aquí tenemos ya a alguien, ¿no? Que parece que sabe algo, así que... ¡Hola!
Just our luck. None of...
You mean, you don't see anyone you know?
Dehya, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Ah, pues mira, aquí está Zaki, que sí que es amigo, ¿no?
And who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
Hola, es un placer.
Hello, hello. I'm Zaki.
El amigo de copas de Dehya.
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they?
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dehya, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested.
Claro,
Know
ya se
where
hace
I
la
could
loca.
find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Vale. Pues vamos a ir a ver qué pasa, ¿no? Por aquí el Guardián Desaparecido, parece que ahora tenemos que irnos para aquí cerca, ¿no? Literal. Fuera. No sé yo cómo ir a esto, pero poca broma. Aquí con las misiones estoy en un punto en el que quiero descubrir sí o sí qué está pasando aquí con los eruditos. Y lo que digo, hay muchos misterios. Tenemos a Escaramucha por ahí, tenemos a Dottore. O sea, esto pues una auténtica locura solo por la presencia de los Fatui, Esto, lo que digo, creo que va a merecer mucho la pena. Vamos allá de tranqui, a ver qué pasa.
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A wild stab in the dark.
¿Nos ha traicionado? Pues se va a enterar. Bueno, una peleita no viene mal.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dehya. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aaru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the academia to look for the missing scholar.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Cyno behind was a mistake!
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal, not?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dehya, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have
Delavar. And Engar, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of the Scarlet King despise the most.
Dehya, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the Scarlet King is greater than
Dicen
the
que no merecen unirse a nosotros, pero la van a liar.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars.
Me está molando mucho, la Conver y todo.
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora.
Dice que somos un montón de ratas, se va a enterar.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me.
Bueno.
As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Bueno, pues parece que tenemos pelea, ¿no?
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Vale. Pues vamos a hacer esa lección. Lo tenemos. Ha sido fácil.
Impossible. How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watch.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart.
Bueno, Dehya le ha dado una paliza a Zaki.
Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aaru village?
Claro que sí, Paimon.
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
¿Y los nombres que mencionaste?
Oh, you mean the funny names she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher.
El carnicero de ojos saltones y el ladrón de cicatrices.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Engar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Engar, the wide-eyed butcher, Delavar, the scar-riddled. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Engar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how the Scarlet King is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
¿Y qué dice Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down.
Entonces, ¿quién es el villano con barba de chivo?
That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Ah, vale.
Wow, what a genius idea!
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
No me parece ser el tipo de persona.
What makes you so sure?
Aquí no te han contratado a nadie, pero nos has ayudado.
Dehya, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No,
vale, ya no tiene nada
I don't
en
have
contra
anything
de
against the Dendro
ayuda.
Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in the Scarlet King, but I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dehya.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village.
Vale, pues estamos aquí de vuelta.
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aaru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler.
Vale. De acuerdo.
As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Vale, entiendo que aquí se termina una parte, ¿no? De la misión. Y ahora hay que... No, hay que esperar, Vamos a ello. Vale, como ya sabéis, hay que esperar a la mañana siguiente hasta las 6 de la mañana mínimo. Así que vamos a hacer que el tiempo corra. Y vamos a ver cómo avanza esta misioncita. La verdad que me está llamando mucho la atención todo el tema de la investigación. Ha estado muy divertido. Pero lo que digo, yo creo que aquí aún hay muchas más cosas por descubrir. Así que vamos a ver qué pasa. De momento aquí estaría todo, así que volvemos.
Hey, Dehya.
Ya estamos de vuelta.
Right on time.
¿Alguna novedad?
We'll know any moment now.
Vale.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Bueno, Cyno aquí pasa de todo, pero ahí está.
Cyno's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Vale.
Come on in, everyone.
Pues nada, vamos todos
Come
dentro.
on, let's go inside.
Vamos a ver qué pasa ahora. Para adentro. Vale, hay que entrar adentro y hablar con Candace, así que vamos a ver qué pasa dentro aquí. Vale. Aquí están todos, aquí están...
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Cyno taught her well.
Candace aprende rápido.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please, have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the Scarlet King will only result in war.
Y las guerras nunca
And
traen
war
nada bueno.
serves the people of Aaru village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose
Poca
all
broma,
that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry.
Vale.
I'll tell you everything I know, please.
Déjame
Just
marchar.
let us...
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
¿Dónde están los guardianes de la aldea ahora?
I'm not sure.
Vale, no
That's
saben.
one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3.
Ostras.
Then, you
Cyno
die
se pone
by my
serio.
hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
Cyno está en plan de, ostras, aquí puedo morir. Dos.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense.
está
We
acojonando a
take them to a
nivel
junction
bestia.
outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth.
Vale,
Traveler, go on.
pues continuemos. ¿Cyno se va? ¿No tienen alguna idea de la identidad de ese hombre misterioso?
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face.
Cubrir su rostro y lleva
He
una
calls himself
capa.
the Scarlet
Dottore.
King's...
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
Dottore. ¿Eh?
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the academia. Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
En Sumeru Setaria había mencionado que...
Just as I... But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. That changing their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars.
Ya vimos el tema de Escaramucha, así que...
Regardless, our top
Vale, hay que
priority
localizar a
now
los
is
guardianes de la
locating
aldea.
the
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
Vale, pues parece que por aquí está todo esto completado, así que... Ahí está el Guardián Desaparecido, lo hemos completado, ¿no? Entiendo, y ahora tenemos la de llantos en el hospital de Eleazar. Parece que esto literalmente sigue a lo que estamos viendo, así que vamos a ver algo más aquí con todo esto. Pero con esto hemos terminado lo que es la primera parte de esta misión de Arconte, que es lo que digo, entiendo que tendrá todavía más que hacer. Aquí estaríamos todavía, como veis, para nuevas recompensas y demás. Y bueno, con esto lo continuaremos ya en el próximo capítulo, ya que como ya sabéis, antes las misiones de Arconte estas, que suelen ser tan largas, intento dividirlas en varios vídeos para que tengáis todo fácil de localizar y podáis completarla junto a mí. Eso sí, intentaré, pues lo que digo, si hoy subo esto, a lo mejor mañana tenéis doble vídeo con terminar todo esto para intentar tenerlo lo antes posible. Si os ha gustado el vídeo, como siempre, por favor dejad el buen like, suscribiros al canal para estar al tanto de todas las novedades. Soy yo, Herrero, esto es KTS y nos vemos en la próxima. ¡Hasta luego!